morning. I hope you're doing great. Well, it's 7:04. We're gonna wait like 10 more minutes to see if maybe my student connect, but I don't think so. And the director didn't respond to me. The last Thursday, I text her. I will text her back today. Maybe she's been busy. I understand there is a lot of students under her care. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait 10 more minutes to give my sons a chance to connect, and if not, I will record the video as I always do. I'm so sorry for the person who's watching my videos by myself, but you can compare how that goes when I do my class with the students and when I just record myself talking by myself, like just me. um, I do had this structure for the class today for Sophia, for Ana Sophia, for Ana Sophia, but I might just explain you what I'm gonna do with the uh group B. Oh, sorry, with the group B and what it's supposed the activities, and I will show you my presentation. I also have the presentation for next class. We can just go back in that, go and look it up that. So I'll be back in 10 minutes around. Okay, so I'm gonna show you my Canva presentation. And what we supposed to finish today. Okay, let me share my screen. So we're gonna have like the second part of discussing facts and real possibilities with zero and first conditional. We didn't finish last time. So okay, do you guys remember? I will say like, hi, how you doing, guys? And talk a little bit with them. How was your weekend? Tell me everything. What are your plans for Halloween? I don't know, how is the life going? Talk with them a little bit. Either way, this is a speaking classes. So I really like to just speak with them, like talk a lot. And then, okay, guys, so you remember like what we were seeing last class. So a little review about what is facts, what are real possibilities, what is the zero conditional. We're gonna as a little review about this again, we already saw it the last class, but also I found these videos we're going to watch, right? So I will play this one. Oh,
Yes, I love this game. IXL is actually a learning app that helps me excel in math, science, language arts, even social study. Hello, I'm Georgie from.
So the idea is that the students watch this to listen like a different explanation. It's the same, right? She gonna explain the zero conditional, but like she explained it, not me, right? So she just gonna we're gonna watch the video and then I gonna ask them like how like, are you clear with this topic? How do you feel about this topic? Do you feel confident about this topic? Okay, so we're gonna watch this video now.
BBC Learning English, and in this video you'll learn how to talk about facts using something called the zero conditional. Let's get started. Now, we're often taught the zero conditional in the context of scientific facts. Typical examples are, if you heat water, it boils. If you mix red and blue paint, you get purple. And that's true, but how often do you say things like that? So the best thing for you to do is to hear real people using the zero conditional. I asked my colleagues, what happens if you don't get a good night's sleep?
If I don't get a good night's sleep, I usually feel quite groggy, grumpy, and I generally can't concentrate very well.
If I don't get a good night's sleep, I can be a little bit spacey, so I don't really pay attention very well. I find it really hard to know what's going on. I have to drink lots of coffee, which probably makes it a lot worse.
If I don't get a good night's sleep, I'm not very happy. Unfortunately, this does happen quite a lot.
So these are still facts. They're truths about your personal experience in a general sense. So notice the use of usually, generally, and this happens quite a lot. So for example, Neil is usually quite happy, but if and when he doesn't sleep well, the condition, he isn't very happy. And this happens quite a lot. It's a general truth. Let's hear another example.
Usually when I finish work, I play guitar. So if I don't do that, then I kind of feel a bit stressed out, maybe.
Here we have two general truths. So in general, when George finishes work, he plays guitar. And again, in general, if he doesn't play guitar, he feels stressed out. In a similar way, we can also use the zero conditional to talk about rules and laws.
If you travel on the train without a ticket and the ticket conductor catches you, then you have to pay a fine of £100.
Okay, so there's a rule in this building, and that's that if you don't film in the right place, they can just come along and stop you. I think we're in the right place. I think we're okay.
So again, these are like facts. If this happens, this happens. If you don't buy a ticket, you get a fine in general. Now, pause the video and think about which structures are used to make a zero conditional. The structure is the present simple in the if clause and present simple in the main or result clause. To recap, the zero conditional is for scientific facts. If you heat water, it boils. General truths about your personal experience. If I don't sleep well, I'm grumpy in the morning. And rules and laws. If you don't buy a ticket, you get a fine. Don't forget to check out our website and download the free worksheet to help you practice. See you next time.
Okay, so after watch that video, I will be like having a little discussion with my students, right? Like, how did you feel about this? How do you feel the accent? Because it's like a British video. I liked it because, like, explore different accents that help you out with your pronunciation and your understanding. So I was like, let's use this. And also, I really like the page of this girl. I feel it's quite amazing, right? Okay, so the idea is after watching the video, we go back to the presentation. Okay, so are we clear here? There is any question, any doubts, any anything that needs to be clarified in the zero condition. If they say no, we move on. If they say yes, we will sit down again and review, try to practice more. But if they say no, we just move on, okay? Then we're gonna go with the first conditional. So we kind of read it last class, but we didn't go in it, right? Like we touched the topic, but we didn't super see it. So I'm gonna put this big, and we have the first conditional. So the definition, we use the first conditional to talk about real possibilities in the future. It describes something that might happen if a certain condition is met. So the structure, different at the zero conditional, is the clause if, present simple, comma, will plus the base verb. Example, if it rains, we will stay at home. If she studies, she will pass the exam. If they don't hurry, they will miss the bus, right? Is used to talk about real future situation and to show possible results of an action. And the word order, you can change the word order without changing the meaning. You can start saying, if it rains, we will stay at home. Or you can switch it. We will stay at home if it rains. But remember, if you switch the sentence, if you don't start with if, like here, you don't put the comma. But if you start with if, you have to put the comma after the verb, right? After the simple present sentence is what it says here. If the sentence starts with if, comma, use a comma before the second part. Key idea. Use the first conditional for real possibilities in the future. Okay? So, well, doesn't have to be super real, right? Like let's see the video. She has a different way to explain it. And okay, so in this point, I will ask my students like, do you have any questions? Do you catch it up? Do you understand what's the difference between the first and the second conditional? Like that, right? And then I will play the video.
Hello, I'm
No, here.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
hello, I'm
Okay, we're gonna do the same. I'm gonna turn my camera off, my microphone off, and we will watch the video. Okay.
Georgie from BBC Learning English, and in this video, I'll teach you how to talk about likely future situations and their possible consequences using something called the first conditional. Let's get started. Let's hear a very common scenario. I asked Phil about his options for weekend plans and what they depend on.
All the plans I have depend on the weather because I need to do some work in my garden. Can only do it if it's not raining. So if it rains, I'll probably just stay inside and watch a film. If it doesn't rain, I'll be out in the garden hammering bits of wood.
So Phil's weekend plans depend on the weather. If it rains, he'll stay inside and watch a film. If it doesn't rain, he'll do some work in the garden. He's considering two likely future situations and talking about his options for both. Now, most of us at BBC Learning English live in London, and in London, the underground trains and the overground trains are often delayed or cancelled. A very real situation. So I asked my colleagues, what will you do if your train home from the office is cancelled?
If all the tubes are cancelled, then I will cry and get 3 buses home.
If the train is cancelled this evening, cry.
If the train is cancelled and I know before boarding the train, then I'll probably just wander around London for a bit, or I might get the bus if there is a bus that I can take to my house.
Notice how George has quite a few conditions to his plans. So if the train is cancelled and he knows before boarding the train, he will wander or walk around London for a bit, or he might get the bus if there is a bus to his house. Now, because we can use the first conditional to talk about the future, it's also useful for making predictions, like this one.
If electric cars become cheaper, then more people will buy them.
Now, pause the video and think about which structures are used to make a first conditional. The structure is the present simple in the if clause and will plus a base verb in the main or result clause. To recap, the first conditional is used for likely future situations and their possible consequences. If the train is cancelled, I will cry. Don't forget to check out our website and download the free worksheet to help you practice. See you next time.
Okay, so after watching the video, the idea is like, okay, guys, how do you feel about this? Do you get the topic clear? Do you get like the structure clear? You know, having a little conversation and clarify any question, any doubts, any, clarify in general the topic, being like, okay, guys, how do you feel with this? Do you understand that? Is better? What's the difference? Make them compare. I really like when they compare. I feel like when you compare one and one, you can notice the difference quite easier. And after this, I will ask my students to give me 5 sentences with the first conditional. Why? Why just with the first conditional? I'm gonna show you. Because in my other class, I don't know if you're seeing here, I hate this, that if you're gonna share a video in YouTube, you have to share just the window. But if I wanna show my screen, I have to show the whole thing. And then just the switching of the sharing. Oh my gosh. Drive me crazy a little bit. Okay, let me show you here. So the last class, if you remember, if you are the same person that has been checking my classes, they give it to me some sentences with the zero conditional because we didn't go deep in the first conditional. So after the explanation, the idea is that they give me at least 5 sentences with first conditional. And then let's go back here. It's gonna rain. A death has been bothering me the whole week. It's driving me crazy too. Oh my gosh. Between teams and my death is like, let me go. Let me put my glasses on. I shouldn't do this without glasses. Okay. So then I create this game. So what we're gonna do in this game? What happens if you go to bed very late? It's just like the question, right? So I will give them like a second and then they have to structure like their answer in their head and then respond, right? For example, I would be like, Angie, or Soraya, Jesus, Jessica, or in this case, my group A, that was like Anna. So what happened if you go to bed very late? And they will respond, if I go to bed very late, I will be super cranky next day because I will be super tired, right? Simple present, simple future. If you have free time this weekend, what will you do? So I will do homework if I have free time this weekend. Or if I have free time this weekend, I will do homework, right? Like something like that. If it rains tomorrow, what will you do? If it rains tomorrow, I will stay home chilling the whole day. Hopefully, I could do that. What happens if you don't drink water during the day? If I don't drink water, I will be thirsty, or I will probably get sick, or I will probably feel tired, Like, the answers have to be with the structure of the first conditional. After doing this game, there are like 10 questions. You can see here. I made them myself. You can see here. It's my account. So after finishing the 10 questions, the idea is we're gonna do this other game. Are you guys seeing my screen? Okay. We're gonna see this other game. What this game is about? It's a spin wheel, right? So the idea is like I spin the wheel. Okay. If I forget to do my homework, and then I will call, give me a sentence with zero and first conditional with this sentence, right? So I will share it with them because of course I'm not gonna be like trying to como corcharlos or something like that. I will send them this screenshot so they know what sentence they're gonna be, right? And I'm gonna give them like 5 minutes to structure their sentences or to think in their sentences. So when we are like doing the game, they already know what they're gonna say. And especially because I want them to like do it right. After this game, we will close my thing. I'm sorry. Okay. So after this game, give me a second. Give me just 2 minutes. Okay, sorry about that. So when we finish that, we have this activity. So, activity, connecting daily routines with real and possible conditions. What's that? Is here. Like, are you seeing my screen? I don't know. Let me check. Entire screen. Okay. What's that? What's that? So, let me play. Let me explain. So, do you guys remember we did this activity last time, 2 classes ago? They suppose have it ready, right? They have to have it ready. So, they're gonna in base of this activity that integrating abilities and possibilities into my daily routine, we're gonna do this one, connecting daily routines with real and possible conditions. So the objective is review and expand your daily routine using 0 real situations and first conditional. Practice speaking fluently for at least 2 minutes using these structures in context. Because they already had it ready, they will have to present before the class get over it. But if we don't have time, they will present next time. Because I don't like to leave, like, rush them and then, I don't like to be, like, didn't train me to be this teacher. I'd be like, you have to do it today, right now, move. No, like, it's been teaching me for the last more than 5 years because the career has been longer than that in my case. Then we have to be empathic, right? And yeah, we have to try to accomplish some topics and go ahead with some timelines, but I'm not here for my students, so I achieve my timeline. Like, the kind of teacher I want to be is the teacher that my students learned, enjoy. They were happy in my class. Because I feel if they are happy with the teacher, if they are happy with the activities, they're going to start loving the language. Or, well, the assignment or the a signature, the course, whatever you want to call it. But whatever you are teaching, if you or a friendly person, of course, like always with the respect limitations and all the boundaries we have to have. But if they love you as a teacher and if they feel it's a nice like class, they're gonna learn and they're gonna enjoy while they are learning, right? So I won't rush them. If they finish today, we will present today. If they don't finish today, we will present next class. It's okay. It's not the end of the world, right? Okay. Just saying that, clarifying that. We're gonna do this activity. So the activity is like identify possible conditional ideas. So first, before this, I will be like, students, do you remember we did this activity and you got me this daily routine? They have me two because they give me one and then they give me another one with the what with the with can, cool, and might, right? The abilities and possibilities. But then they just gonna copy and paste it and add stuff to that uh, daily routine. So they're gonna think about moments in your routine where something always happens as a result of another action, zero conditional, or a situation that could happen in the future if a condition is met. Right? There is some example. If I drink coffee late at night, I can't sleep. If I don't set an alarm, I wake up what? Late. Or first, if I finish work early, I will watch a movie. If it rains this weekend, I will stay at home. And then review and extend your routine. Add at least 4 sentences, at least for bare minimum. 2 conditional 0 and 2 conditional 1. And you need to highlight them with 2 different colors so I can see them and I don't have to like super take my time looking for them, okay? For example, on weekdays, I usually wake up at 5 a.m. I sit in bed for a few minutes and then get up. I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I use the bathroom. After that, I go to the kitchen and make breakfast for myself and my boyfriend. If I don't have much time, I skip coffee and eat something quick. He leaves from work and then I take a shower and get ready. If I forget to set my alarm, I wake up late and feel tired all day. Around 8:30 or 9 a.m., I leave home and drive 25 minutes for work. If the traffic is light, I arrive early and have time for coffee. I usually have lunch at 12 p.m. I work until 5 or 6 p.m. After work, I drive back home, take another shower, change into pajamas, and prepare dinner. If I'm too tired, I order food instead of cooking. We have dinner together, watch one episode of a series, and go to bed around 9 p.m., usually falling asleep by 10. On weekends, my routine is quite different. I usually wake up around 8, take a shower, get dressed, and get ready. We make breakfast, and normally I do university work from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. If I start early, I can finish my assignments before dinner. My boyfriend usually cooks on the weekends and prepares snacks for me. Let me put my glasses. It was like, why I'm getting dizzy? That makes sense, right? For me, if he cooks something new, I help him in the kitchen. after 8 p.m., I usually ask him if he can take me out to eat somewhere or if we might leave the house for a while. I I don't get too stressed. If the weather is nice, we will go for a walk or visit the park. If it rains, we will stay at home and watch a movie. Then we come back home and usually go to bed. On weekends, when I don't have university work, I often go to the park, see my friends, or try to go to the cinema and do fun activities. If my friends are free, we will go out together and spend the whole afternoon chatting, right? I will send the document to my students, like through the chat. The document had the other activity under here. Just in case, like just in case somebody didn't do it, or somebody doesn't have it, or there is a situation like I don't know, I'm not taking risk. But yeah, the idea we will finish we will finish the class with this activity. That would be right, and that would be for today. So I'm still having 45 minutes. It's kind of hard, just like sit down here and talk. So I'm gonna pause the video. Do you know what? I'm gonna show you my presentation for next class. So I'm pretty sure I did it pretty long, but it's because it's a different topic and I'm following. I always like to do a review. So talking about our experiences, comparative and superlative. What's that? What? Well, we're gonna see, right? So the objective is students will learn how to talk about their experiences using comparative and superlative. But before doing this, we're gonna do a little review. So I have this document here. Verbs. Here we have the 30 most used verbs, irregulars. And here they have like how they are in past. They have to learn them. Like you have to memorize them. There is no rule, there is no nothing that can help you with that. And then there is the regular. And they have the rules here, right? And there is like the structure of the simple past. We will review this document, but just like a tiny little review. It's not like we're gonna go super deep in this. And then we will watch a video about the simple past. We're gonna have a video about the pronunciation because I have a student at the beginning of the course or classes. She told me like she's not doing super great with simple past pronunciation, So we're gonna have this video. Then activity, my last vacation. We're going back here. I have this document here. So what they need to do, the idea is like I'm gonna send this to them. They will complete it with the right form of the verb, and then by themselves, like 5 minutes maximum for this. It's pretty easy. And then I will call them and just text them here, right? Like I will share my screen. I will like, oh, travel. To mountains, we left early in the morning and drive like that, right? So after doing the activity that is here, you see the here, we're gonna see some adjective. We will watch the video, we will have this game, and then we're gonna see like in topic, like what are comparative. So I will explain them what is a comparative. And I have the basic structure of comparatives, the rules, we have more rules. And then they will have this activity. Oh, here. It's just here. They will have this activity that, well, they have to write a short paragraph about experience you had. Use comparative to compare your experience with something else, another trip, another day, another event, or activity. Try to use at least comparative in your paragraph. So there is example like summer. I went to the mountains with my family. The trip was very excited. My last vacation to the beach, cabin we stayed was bigger, like this. And then it's over. And we will continue with the superlative in the next class. That's it. I don't want to go deep in my next class presentation because if the things keeps going how they're going, I will be here by myself explaining this for an hour. So yeah, let's just wait next video. Hopefully somebody show up to my class. I really hope somebody show up to my class. I've been here. I am ready. I have all the energy, all the attitude. My class prepared. My activities ready. I send invitations. I sent invitations. No answer. And I did text the teacher. She didn't even see it. But I text her Thursday. She might be a little busy. I'm pretty sure. It's pretty a lot. So I will text her again to let her know this is, I think, the 5th class without the students. So I'm getting kind of worried. But yeah, I'm gonna leave the video recording because have to be an hour 40 and I don't even know what else to say. Like, I'm gonna be here either way. I have another class like in 45 minutes, 50. So I will let the camera recording, the video recording, and I'll be back to say bye. And bye. I'll be back to say bye, okay? So just like go to the adelántalo for 10 minutes and you will see me saying bye. I'll be back 10 minutes. it's time to go. I have my other class. I hope you don't feel so boring by seeing my videos. I'm so sorry. Well, I hope we can figure something, right?